When you're emotionally drained, trying harder doesn't work. If your nervous system is overloaded, creativity doesn't respond to pressure. It responds to safety. If your energy feels thin and your creative practice feels far away, this video is for you. Today, I'll show you how to make something quietly, skillfully, even when you have very little to give. Hello and welcome. I'm Janet, architect turned creative renewal coach and watercolor artist. At Blueprint to Brushstrokes, I work with mid and late career creatives, artists, designers, architects, and visual professionals who feel emotionally depleted and disconnected from their creative work. My focus isn't hustle or output, it's recovery, connection, and rebuilding trust with your creative practice, using compassion, structure, and small repeatable actions. If your creativity feels fragile right now, my Creative Confidence Reflection Guide is a gentle place to start. It will help you understand your current creative season with clarity, not judgment. You'll find this free resource through the link below. Today, we're talking about how to create when you're emotionally drained. Not by pushing through, but by working with your body and nervous system instead of against it. We're going to do a short, low-demand creative exercise together as we chat. Not as therapy, not as performance, but as practice. This is the kind of thing I use myself on hard days, and the kind of thing I give my coaching clients when energy is limited. So, choose one familiar brush, 2 colors you already know how to mix, and a simple subject. It can be small, just a still life, a leaf, a stone, or a loose landscape shape. The goal here isn't expression or perfection. It is re-entry. So why does creating feel so hard when you're emotionally depleted? When your emotional bucket is empty, even the idea of creating can feel like another obligation, another thing you're falling behind on. And people feel this differently. Some clients tell me it feels like my creativity has gone quiet or disappeared. For others, it might be like, I remember what it used to feel like, but I can't access it anymore. Or I want to create, but there's just nothing there. This experience can be frightening, especially for people who've identified as creatives their whole lives. But this isn't a motivation problem. It's an energy and nervous system problem. And when emotional energy is low and the nervous system is overwhelmed, the way back isn't ambition or more pressure. It's about creating conditions that feel safe enough for creativity to return naturally. Underlying emotional fatigue, there is often a dysregulated nervous system. So instead of relying on discipline or inspiration, we start with what I call grounding creativity. Predictable tools, familiar movements, limited choices, and a clear stopping point. And this is the question I ask every creative I work with. What does my system need before my art can re-emerge? Supporting your body and mind are not separate from the creative process. They are the process. Let's add a light wash. Nothing dramatic, just enough color to warm the page while I share 3 practical shifts that make creating on draining days not only possible, but sustainable. The following are 3 practical ways to create when you're drained. First, reduce the decision load. You make a million decisions at work. Decision fatigue is real, and when you're exhausted, decisions cost you more than you realize. Exhaustion extinguishes your creative spark. So start by reducing your decisions in advance. 1 brush, 2 colors, 1 simple subject. This might be a loose expressionistic horizon, overlapping stones, a tiny still life, or value studies in 1 color. Start with a few slow marks. Pause, breathe, Continue only if your body says yes. This isn't lowering standards, it's professional energy management. Second, use familiar, repeatable forms. Repetition creates rhythm, and rhythm creates safety. On low energy days, I often return to simple landscape motifs, simple foliage shapes, stones, shells, even my tea mug, value scales, or wash transitions. Repeating the same form 5 or 6 times, notice the moment your breath drops. That's not just relaxation, that's creative access reopening. And third, end before you're depleted. One of the fastest ways to lose trust with your creative practice is to push past your capacity. So, set a timer for 5 or 10 minutes. When it's up, stop, even if things are going well. Write a few words about how you feel. This can be just a word, a sentence, or even a short note. But ending early is how you teach your nervous system that creativity is safe again and you're not going to overdo. On drained days, the goal is not productivity, it's continuity. You don't have to finish. You don't have to improve. You don't have to impress anyone, including yourself. If you add one more detail, let it be because it feels grounding, not because you think you should. This is how creative trust is rebuilt. Before you close your book, write down one energy drain you can soften this week and one nourishing creative action you can repeat without effort. If this video resonated, you will find the next to be a perfect next step. You'll find it linked at the end. You can also download the Creative Confidence Journal for structured prompts and exercises like today. And if you're ready for deeper, steadier support, I'd love to welcome you to explore coaching and other opportunities at blueprinttobrushstrokes.ca. Until next time, may your creativity return gently and on your own terms.